Hello, friends. Welcome to Grow My Business, the podcast for women in small business who want to stop running on the hamster wheel of hustle and actually learn skills and strategies to grow your business. I'm Dr. Lindsay Fletcher, your sales doctor, and if you stick around long enough, I'll help you develop the sales skills and strategies you need to actually grow your business without sacrificing your family, friends, or faith. In this show, you'll get the best, time-tested, real-life advice on sales, strategy, and time management. And I'll teach you how to work smarter, not harder, so that you can live the life that you dream on. So hold on tight, friend. We are going to accelerate your growth together. Let's go. Hello, friend. Welcome back to the show. Thank you so much for listening and being along for this journey. It means so much to me that you choose to spend a few minutes with me every week. So thank you for being here. Today I'm getting a little bit vulnerable and a little uncomfortable, but uncomfortable is where faith meets the road, right? Like it's where I put faith to action, and getting a little bit uncomfortable to me signifies that I'm doing the right thing. So today I want to talk about a topic this topic is just near and dear to my heart. The topic is social media. Oh my goodness. If you've listened to this show, you know that social media is not my favorite thing in the world, and I've recently decided to take it off of my phone altogether. So I wanted to walk you through this because I think this could be something that could be helpful for you too, especially if you are a small business owner. And you certainly don't need my permission to remove social media from your phone, but if this helps just one woman release herself from the hold that social media has on so many people, well, then my job here with this episode is done. So I've been feeling the pull to do this for probably a year or so. I felt the Lord pushing me to remove this distraction from my life. And honestly, I was just being stubborn and disobedient. So fast forward to December 2024, I was praying over 2025 and the things and goals that I wanted to accomplish, and just to get everything really in line with what God wanted me to do. And I very clearly heard him to tell me to take it off of my phone. Take social media, delete all the apps off of my phone. And so, I'm in sales, I teach sales. So of course I tried to negotiate just like a good little sales girl would do. And he told me to take it off my phone for the month of January and told me that I'd see. And so I did. I deleted all of the social media apps off of my phone. I don't have Facebook. I don't have Instagram. I don't have the TikTok. I don't even have a TikTok account, but I don't have the TikTok on my phone. I have no social media apps on my phone. And this was a really hard thing for me to do. So I want to talk about all of the questions that I asked myself before deleting all of those apps, because I'm going to be hot here. Like one of my favorite pastors, Michael Todd, says, humble, open, and transparent. Hot. I'm going to be really hot. I had to talk myself into this, and I didn't realize how much stress and wasted time was being caused by my social media addiction. Because let's just be honest, I was addicted to the dopamine hits. Addicted. ADDICTED in capital letters, addicted. And it was really impacting my life, and it was impacting my relationships. I was doom scrolling, and my family was frustrated with me and thinking that I was ignoring them. They were trying to have conversations with me and I wouldn't answer. Truth be told, I was just numbing myself. I was getting those dopamine hits, and I was really just zoning out. And I'll be honest, I used our businesses as a reason to why I couldn't delete those apps off of my phone for a really long time, because I had convinced myself and convinced my family that if I didn't have social media on my phone, I wouldn't be able to answer potential customers, and I wouldn't be able to see the posts of people asking for the services that we provide. And I've talked a little bit about depression and anxiety on this show before, and this was something that was enabling those two things. My phone and my social media addiction was aiding and abetting my depression and anxiety. And I was using my small businesses as excuses. I mean, really, I was just using that as an excuse. So I knew it was a problem. I knew my phone and the social media apps being on my phone was a problem. But here's another way that I knew it was a problem. And maybe this is you right now too. I would pick up my phone approximately 1.7 million times a day. Even if I didn't need my phone, I would bring it from room to room to room with me. I would pick it up and open the apps in the middle of conversations out of bad habit and compulsion. And I had no self-control when it came to my phone. Opening up those apps made me feel worse about my life in all reality. But I wasn't mad at the people that were posting and the things that I was seeing, because I thought I liked seeing their posts and reading their updates. But that's how comparison sneaks in. She's a really quiet devil, isn't she? I would feel bad that I wasn't taking multiple vacations per year or going shopping again, or that my business didn't seem like it was at the level of another's business. And how the heck would I know what level, in air quotes, their business was at compared to mine? I was comparing myself to them, but that's what the enemy of our souls wants us trapped in. He wants us trapped in distraction. He wants to distract us and shame us and then pull us into a comparison trap. So as I found myself feeling this great need to remove social media off of my phone, here's what I asked myself, and basically the conversations that I had with myself, because I knew I had to do it, and I knew I was clearly hearing the Lord on this one. But I want to clue you into some of the questions that I asked, and maybe this will help you decide as well if this might be the right thing for you to do in this season. Quick side note, did y'all know that there are people, and maybe you're one of them, that don't have inner monologues? They literally don't talk to themselves. I found this out a few years ago, and my mind was blown. And also several of my people made much, much more sense to me once I knew that I figured out they were probably the people that didn't have inner monologues. Anyway, it's absolutely fascinating to me. And if you don't have an inner monologue voice or an inner voice talking to you all of the time, if you just lived in my head for an hour, you would see why I am the way that I am. I have conversations with myself all the time, and I know some people's brains work in visual representations like pictures or abstracts, and I literally have an inner monologue going all of the time with a full-on conversation with myself. So I'm going to walk you through my inner monologue about this topic, social media being on my phone or being removed from my phone. And I don't know, let's just dive in, because anyway, the inner monologue thing is just fascinating to me. But here we go. Here are the questions I asked and the answers that I came up with. So number one, what would I be missing out on if I don't have social media on my phone? And the answer, when I was really, really truthful with myself, was nothing. I would be missing out on literally nothing. I can still get on social media on my computer, and I would literally not be missing out on anything if I had it on my phone, or if I removed it from my phone, rather. The second question I asked was, what am I missing out on because I have social media on my phone? And that answer was really easy. I was missing out on conversations. I was missing out on time. I was missing out on joy with my family. And that was a really clear-cut answer for me. That was a very easy question to answer. The third question I asked myself was, does social media bring me joy? And the answer is very clearly no, it does not. I don't enjoy posting. I don't enjoy creating content for social media in the way that Instagram and Facebook and TikTok and the algorithms want you to create content, right? That does not bring me joy. The fourth question was, does social media being on my phone actually help either of my businesses? And while it was there's a convenience factor there for me of being able to have pictures on my phone and download them directly or upload them directly to the social media apps to make a post. Other than the convenience factor, no, it doesn't actually help either of my businesses to have social media on my phone. Like I said, I still have my accounts. I can still access them through my computer, but having them on my phone doesn't actually help either of my businesses. The fifth question was, how many hours per day or week am I spending on social media? Or another version of this question would be, how many tasks and projects are not getting done because I'm wasting my time on social media? And if you're an iPhone user, just go ahead and pause this episode, and I want you to take a look at your screen time calculator on your phone. It's under I think it's under the settings app. You can take a look at how much time you are spending on the various apps that you use on your phone. And I'll be very frank and very honest here. Social media was a significant chunk of my time. It was a significant chunk of my day, and I didn't realize how many hours I was using those apps, thinking and pretending like I was trying to educate myself or trying to do some market research, or that I was really doing it for our businesses, when I really wasn't. I was doing it for the dopamine hits. I was doing it because I was trying to zone out and avoid things in my life. And I was wasting an insane amount of time with social media being on my phone. All right, number 6. Do I actually make money from my social media accounts from my phone? Not just from my social media accounts, but my social media accounts from my phone. And if so, how much? What's the return on investment on having those apps on my phone and the time that I'm spending versus the return, meaning AKA dollars? How much revenue am I generating from that being on my phone? And the answer was 0. I'm just going to let that sink in for just a second. The answer is 0. There is nothing on social media that has to be done from my phone that will make us money. Nothing. There's not one thing. Literally not one thing. And the 8th and final question was, how much mental stress, time stress, and or relationship stress, so family, friends, acquaintances, how much stress does social media cause me? And do my people feel like social media interferes with our relationships? And the answer to those was, it causes me a lot of stress. It increases my depression and anxiety. It makes me feel like I have no time in the day. I fall into the comparison traps, which we've already talked about. And my people, my family, my kids, my husband, I'm sure my friends at some point along the line, my parents, my sister, I'm sure that they were all like, dude, get off your phone. Stop picking it up. Stop looking at it. Stop checking it. We are in the middle of a conversation. Or my kids and my husband especially were frustrated with me because I was literally not answering them when they were talking to me, because I was so ingrained enthralled with whatever was happening on my phone that I couldn't look up, or I didn't even hear their voices. So those are the answers in my inner monologue of, does social media actually bring anything to my life? And the answer was, it being on my phone, does it bring anything to my life? And the answer was actually, no, not really. Not at all. Not in the least, actually. Like I said, I still have my accounts and we still market our businesses on social media. However, my use and my view of social media looks a lot different for me now. Right now, I am much more intentional with the time that I do spend on it. So before I log in, I make a list of the things that I actually need to get done on social media for our businesses. And if I have quite the list, I will actually set a timer so that when that goes off, I am done. Don't get distracted. Don't get caught up in seeing someone else's post and then going down some sort of social media rabbit hole. Get in, do the things, and then get out. I'm on it to check on our business posts and share them with the local Facebook groups that we're in. I'm there to nurture and pour into my women in business online community. And I'm there to create relationships. Whereas before, I was on it to avoid chores or work or maybe some hard things that I needed to do or deal with. And I was on it to get a dopamine hit. I'm going to be just clear about that. I was addicted. Social media was a major distraction for me, and if you are struggling with not having enough hours in the day, or you can't seem to put your phone down, or it's just wearing you out and it's wearing you down, I encourage you and I challenge you to remove social media from your phone for a month. Let's just start with a month and evaluate how your relationships are before and after removing it from your phone, how much more time you have in each day. If you are less depressed, less anxious, less frustrated, because that's how I felt. And if you feel like your creativity is coming back to life, if you have clear ideas and you're able to implement them effectively and efficiently. And honestly, I really want you to evaluate whether your business decreases or increases as a result of removing social media from your phone. Evaluate it and see. Evaluate all of those things and see. Our businesses haven't been hurt by me removing social media apps off of my phone. In fact, my coaching and consulting business has actually increased. I know that as a result of me being obedient and knowing what God has for me in this line of work. I finally launched a beta round of my sales course that is sold out. I've booked more in-person sales trainings for local businesses, and I have a clear path forward. Removing social media off of my phone didn't actually take anything away from me, which I thought was going to be the case. It actually gave me better relationships, more time, more business, and less stress, less anxiety, less depression, less frustration from me and from my people. So if this resonates with you, would you consider doing a month-long challenge with yourself and remove social media from your phone? It doesn't have to be forever. You can always re-download those apps. But I am here to tell you that there is freedom on the other side of the scroll. And I'm here to support you. So if you aren't quite sure how this will work for you, let's chat. Email me at hello@lindsayfletcher.co. I'm serious. I want to schedule 30 minutes with you to strategize with you on how you'll do this and gain serious freedom from your phone and from social media and get your time back and your life back so you can grow your business. I hope this episode hits home. And if it did, would you please share it with a friend? I know this message isn't just for me and it's not just for you. There are so many women out there feeling trapped and just downright chained to their phones. And I know that God is going to use this episode and this message to free a lot of people. And if this did resonate with you and you feel like I'm speaking directly to you, that was likely the Lord, because I believe He's working on both of us. I'd love to hear from you if this does resonate. So please do email me, hello@lindsayfletcher.co. That's LINDSAY. Fletcher is FLETCHER.co. Or you can join my online women in business community and we can connect inside there. As always, I am praying for you and I'm praying for your business, and I'll talk to you next week.